the earth and heaven. He also gives the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, and people near unto him. Hallelujah. Great is the King, the Elohim of Israel, our Redeemer and our Savior. The mighty, the lawgiver, he who was, he who is, and he who always and forever will be. We give thanks, we give praise unto his holy and most glorious name, now and forevermore by saying, hallelujah. Rejoice in Yah. He is our Savior. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Take y'all up now. Hallelujah. Let us give all thanks, all praise, glory, all honor to the Holy One of Israel again. But hallelujah. And Yah all the time. By the time we instituted a little bit of what he wanted. He said, come before him with thanksgiving. Right. And praises. So we come and sit with the symbols and the high sounding symbols and the dance and the timbre. Right. All the instruments that we can bring. Pretty soon that's gonna be live. We're gonna have it live. So we something. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Y'all want to make that joyful noise? Hallelujah. All right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us turn that we may start with our readings also for the day. They are found, of course, taken from the book of Psalms. They are recorded in Psalms 122, Psalm 92, Psalms 23. We follow up with Exodus, the 20th chapter. Right now, Psalm 122. I was glad unto me. Let us go into the house. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together. Where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yahweh to the testimony of Israel. To give thanks unto the name of Yahweh. For there are set of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, prosperity within thy palaces. For my brother and companion's sake, I will now say peace be with thee. Because of the Elohim, I will sit with the next of Psalm 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praise unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy love in the morning, thy faithfulness every night. Upon the 10 strings, upon the psaltery, upon the harp with the solemn sound. For thou made I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great art thou, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brute man knoweth not, neither does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring of the grass, when all the work of iniquity do flourish, is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, evermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of mine eye. I also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desires of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm. like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish by Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourish, to show he is up. He is my rock, and there is righteousness in him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Psalms 23. Psalms 23. Psalm 23. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pasture. He leads me beside the still. He restoreth my soul. Lead me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me and comfort me. Thou prepared the presence of my enemy. Thou anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh. Words of Yahweh, singing himself upon 2 tablets of stone. Delivered them into the hand of his servant Moses upon Mount Sinai to bring them down. He would always be their Elohim, and they would always be his people forever. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, out the land of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no Elohim before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, the Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh, the Elohim, in vain. For Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor your daughter, nor your maidservant, nor the cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is. He rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and holiday. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon Yahweh that him giveth thee. Thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything of thy neighbors. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet, the mountain smoking. And when the people were moved and stood afar off, they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim has come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. Hallelujah. 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 Thank you. Any comments? Yes, ma'am.
Yahweh and Yahweh is good and Yahweh is the best of Yahweh and He plans. Hallelujah for everything. I love to be here with all of you.
Oh, my great.
From the mouths of
Okay.
the elevator. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Give our honor and glory.
Hallelujah.
I'm just so happy just to be here. And I'm just happy to see y'all come in with your light love spirit, and, just everything. And, it is a good thing to give thanks to Yahweh and sing prayers to his name, for everything. I was, I was looking at my ultrasound. I'm like, how did they get this? So I was reading on what ultrasound was. And it tripped out or something. Yeah. And when they measure these, they give you an image. And my mind was blown. I was like, oh my goodness, these are sound waves. And I was just like, wow, the things that Yahweh has revealed, it's really, really amazing. Give praise and glory to Yahweh for waking all of us up and allowing all of us to be here together today, worship and pray his holy name today, and for all of us, giving him his due honor, his due esteem. Because he is worthy, very worthy. I was having a conversation with someone a couple days ago, and they said to me, they said to me, Yahweh is, they said he's the great. And I said, yeah, he is the great. They said, no, not he created all this, and he did all that. I said, well, that makes great. Yeah, it does make him great, but he has allowed us to look into ourselves, because sometimes we might say, well, why did he choose me? They said, well, he's allowed us to ourselves and not see, you know, why, but he has given us some type of hope to hold on to. My baby girl niece is maybe 10 days old, 9 days old. And she was said she's been having some difficulty. Um, it was just amazing how all these nurses, they go to school for this, they may know some things, but at the end of the day, the say so was what high king. And we're seeing how she was going to just be in the hospital and just all the stuff out of her complications, but she has been hurt. And things have, like I said, been complicated, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel for this little precious life. And I just want to praise Yahweh for his mercy, for his consideration, for the heart that he had to know that we don't make mistakes, but we get up with the strength that he gives us, and we continue to go on, and we continue to strive, because when we know better, we do better. But we ultimately know that, because it's still in my mind that the creator of the heaven and the earth that said knowledge within chose me. That still blows my mind. And I don't think I'm ever going to get over that. I'm going to praise him for doing that, and for bringing me on his path of righteousness, and for keeping me afloat, and for keeping us afloat, and for, I got mercy, because What would we do without His mercy? So, hallelujah. Hallelujah. God.
Yes.
Glory to the Holy Ghost is high and was low on all of us, like you said, because His mercy endures forever, and He loves us so much that He brought us from a mighty long way. I thank Him for His travel mercy. Thank you for my granddaughter had a little surgery yesterday, and I was the one of the word like this is gonna be like my cousin. When she came out the hospital, she was never the same. Doubt the most high. So I had to, repent, ask for forgiveness for that. Because he brought her home same day. He was only there 2 hours. I'm on my way to the hospital. He said, don't come to the hospital. We are on our way home. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. You get out here, so merciful and so awesome and called out to him and give him praise for everything. The little things, big things, things that we just don't have no idea what's gonna happen. Just being confident that he loves us. He has done all of this for us, not just for a happenstance. No, he created everything for us to enjoy. All of us, the least to the greatest, it don't matter. He just loves us. He just wants us to enjoy. He don't even mind if we have gods, and I know that's not protocol, but he said have no other gods before him. So when we do have God, we can make a cup of coffee of God, drinking it every day before we praise Him. Before we woke us up to witness another blessed day. That can become a God. So He don't mind us enjoying a cup of coffee. But when we get up in the morning, our eyes pop open, we thank Him first. God, no praise, honor, and glory for another blessed day, not just another day, or another blessed, beautiful day, because we breathe, we can see, we can walk, we can talk, we can hear everything. The least to the greatest. We are grateful to Him. We should be grateful to Him for that because a lot of people did make it today, yesterday, or the day before. So just giving Him all this just praise, all this just honor, glory out now. It's so awesome, so worthy. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And delights in things that we do. He would just to be a little clarified. He would mind having the God is something you're driven to, but to have delight, He don't mind you having your delight. Matter of fact, Scripture to enjoy ourselves. That's the gift. That's what Solomon wrote. He said, "I know." That's what Solomon wrote. You go to the book of Ecclesiastes. Let's go there. That's why so many people are unfulfilled today. They don't know how to enjoy life, don't let them enjoy it. Don't enjoy life. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. My son, you gonna help me?
So every day there is a season, a time for every person under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck what is planted, a time to heal, and a time to heal, a time to break down.
To the mic, to the mic, to the mic. I'm wondering why it was so low. To the mic. There you go. You on? You hot? You hot?
A time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, a time to stone.
See, this is one of my favorite chapters because it's dedicated to life. This is where you can go. This chapter is specifically dedicated to life. Because it has its place and it never always be hot. It must be hot, it must be cold. Something is that's what's called the ebb and flow. In Asia, the yin, you must have it all. You must experience it all. Experience the lows so that you know the high. Be strong. Have
A time to embrace,
uh-huh.
and a time to refrain from embracing.
Some time for me to lose some things. And when I come to grips with that, and you come to grips, that was right on time, really. Man, I lost that, but that when I lost that made way for this. We see it and we say, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. And you're trying to hold it. And the Almighty wants you to let it go. You're trying to hold it. And He wants you to let it go. You're trying to hold it. You got to turn it loose. And if you don't turn this loose, then I can't do what I want to do, and I can't give you what I want to give you, which is better than this.
A time to keep, and a time to throw away.
Time to keep and time to cast it away.
A time
Time to get some of them. Time to get some of them clothes out your wardrobe, huh?
Yeah.
You done got a little girth there, 2 inches. That you can't make that first notch meet no more. You then you walking around all day long holding. Cast that away. You don't mean throw it away. Put it in a box. Put it in a bag. Ride it to the army. Ride it to the good wheel. Ride it to somebody. Take it to somebody that don't have what you have. But cast that away.
Yeah.
Then go get you some clothes that, where you was. Go up a little bit. You still doing all right. A 34 is still a nice size. Come on.
a time to tear, and a time to sow. A time to
It's a time. I can tell my train my. It's a time to. Huh? Time to be silent. Then there's a time to speak. Come on.
A time to love
It's a time for love.
and a time to hate.
Yeah. Huh? Come on.
A time of war.
It's a time. And it's a time you got to get the hands a little dirty.
Hallelujah.
You hollering peace. Nah.
Right for you.
Hallelujah.
You got a night.
Lay your weapons down. Not enough. Dang, that don't work. That's like declawing the cat. They gonna tear him to shreds. And nah, nah, huh? Time,
And a time of peace.
time, and that just no. What he laying out is no embrace the different times. Know where.
What profit has the worker from that in which he labors?
What profit do you get from all your labor? He's asking. What's your profit? You go out 60 hours. Do your family enjoy any of it? Do you, is it all to somebody else? Is it of all your labor? Verse 10.
I have seen the Elohim giving test.
Hell, which Elohim has given the sons to be exercised in. That's why it says a question. If you labor and you can never see the, I said labor and you can never see the of your labor, then you labor in vain. If you plant and nothing comes off the vine planted, then you must be able to see something. Bro, you work overtime and triple time, enjoy nothing. Because I gave it all to them. Just yesterday, I called Mainstay, so got a good report with one of my collectors. And I said, look, this is what you're getting this week. Not like that. So I said, this is what you're around to the next, huh? And you hear me the paycheck to pay. Yes, you can live pay to pay, but you ain't gotta be broke. Here's what you getting. You get some of them. I see, this paraphrase. You know, man, I'll talk to you next week. I saw the show that I drugged myself up with the help of the Most High. I drugged myself up out of bed when I didn't want to go nowhere to do that again for a whole nother week. I need something to hang on to so I can enjoy it. So I can try to do this another cycle of days.
Yes.
Can't call him back and be like, look, I think I paid you a little too much. Can you send some of that back? Here's where we get into life. Solomon said, the Almighty have made everything that you see beautiful. He also has set the world in their heart so that no man can find out the work of Elohim, that Elohim always is a quest of life, another quest to go on. He said, huh? Y'all ain't with me now. I'll not be alive. Let me try this again. He said, I know that there is no good in them, but for what? Rejoice. To wake up praising the Almighty is not some absent in the heart. You should wake up praising the Almighty because you know that there's nothing really good in man but to wake up in a rejoiceful state.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
If you alive,
Amen.
man, I'm happy. You're happy for. Why you say, what you happy for? Water bill came yesterday. Electric bill came yesterday. Car payment came yesterday. Yeah, but we allowed to see them all.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And Duke can get 50 here. And we don't know, and we don't know, of course, what fall hit you. Bam.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. I know you did. But there's no good in them but for a man to rejoice and when he rejoice and seek to do good in his life. You must always seek to be about doing good. Not doing harm, not doing wrong, but doing good. That's what life is about.
Hallelujah.
See, life ain't even about working. It's no money. Sometimes it's about doing things in life just because it's a good thing to do and it's going to give you just to do it.
Amen.
How many people work as slaves to do that, to do something good just because it's the right thing and the good thing to do?
Hallelujah. Praise God. Hallelujah.
You work as slaves for but you don't work as slave just to do something good because it's a good thing to do.
All right.
Man, I want to go and help them. I want to go and help that blind person at the Clover Nook Center for the Blind. I want to go and help them walk down the street to the grocery. I can't do that, man. Why would you do that? I do it because y'all still ain't. I think we're gonna pack this one up, Jay, in that bed or something. Y'all ain't with me. But y'all ain't here. I said, do it because good. Look what Job said. You know what Job said? Look what Job said in 29. Not for recognition, not for the limelight, not for somebody, but hey, there you go. Look at what he's doing. I do it because it's the good thing. It's the right thing, good thing to do.
All right.
I told my son, a lot of people, this world is starved. I ain't saying about everybody because I know I got many people in here that enjoy, but I'm seeing it for a lot of people. That's why I became so popular. Facebook, because attention. A lot of people couldn't get attention. This is a lot of people's vehicle for attention.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is.
That's why they put every single thing about their life on there.
Anything.
They be like, my little brother, he be like, I told you, they said, man, why you have one? He said, he said, you have a page? I said, yeah. He said, why you have it? I don't never see nothing about you on there. You don't post nothing. I said, what's that? You barely comment. I said, no. I said, you want to know something about me? Here's what you do. Pick this up. You know, you swipe it and you turn it on. You go, doop, 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 doop. And it'll go, and you wait. Oh. And you might hear, shalom. Shalom, this is Aaron. I'll call you back. You might get that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm behind you. But you're gonna get something.
Yes, sir.
You go, y'all stop that. But like I told you, what you're not gonna get is, this is me. I'm going to sleep. This is me. I just woke up from my nap about 15 minutes. This is me. I gotta go to the restroom. You're not gonna get that. But for some people, that's what you get. Now I don't, like I said, I'm not talking about everybody. There's thing you go out, you want to highlight, that's good. But for some people, they so attention starved, they put their every waking move on this thing. That's why you have a president that you have, because he's attention starved. I've often told people, you want to know the best way to deal with this man that's sitting in office? Ignore him. He wouldn't know what to do with it. But he does things just to create attention. But to come back, I had to go to Job, didn't I? 29. But to do things because it's just a good thing to do. It's a part of life. It's a part of enjoying life. I feel good in my life to be able to reach out and do something for somebody else. And nobody had to come back. Oh, I saw that. Call the news. No, because it's just what to do. And the one that needs to see it, that's who you're concerned with seeing it. Look at what Job said. Start at verse. Gotta start.
Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when Elohim watched over me.
You see, right now he's in a little despair. He's in his condition. So he's in despair. And that's why he said, oh, I wish that I was like that when I wasn't down, when I was up. When Elohim preserved me, when I was doing good. When his candle was upon my head. And when by his light I walked through darkness. He ain't talking about Layla, he's talking about darkness as a condition. As I was in the days of my youth, when the secret of Elohim was upon my tent. When the Almighty was with me. When my children were about me. When my steps were bathed with milk. And my press poured out rivers of oil. When I went out to the gate through the city. When I prepared my seat in the street. When young men saw me and hid themselves, they respected him. And aged arose and stood up. Princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. Nobles held their peace, and the tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, it blessed me. And when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. I often ask this, and this is what I often ask myself. You know, your relationship is fruitful. Do people want you to come, or do people want you to go? If when you come, they want you to go, but then there's a problem. And if when you're ready to go, they want you to come, or they want you to stay, you're working with something. But then look what he said. Because I delivered the poor that cried, the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. In other words, especially when he was riding high, he was always the man that looked out for them that was less fortunate for him. The blessing of him ready to perish came upon me. And I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness and it clothed me. It fit me well. My judgment was as a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind. I was feet to the lame. A father to the poor. And the cause which I knew not, I searched out. And I break the jaw of the wicked. I plucked the spoil out of his teeth.
Raphael.
And those things he did because that was the right way to be. That was the right path to walk. These things were counted as righteousness. They were counted as righteousness. And that's what life is also about. That's what life, go back to Ecclesiastes, that's what life should bring you. Doing good things, fulfilling somebody else's life. Except the brief year I was able to teach Little League, I was able to coach Little League. I had so much fun with them kids. So much fun with them. Even though you be looking at them like, what is you thinking? I had fun for 2 and 3 hours being instrumental in their life. The right thing to do. Back in Ecclesiastes, 3rd chapter. Verse 12. He said, I know that there is no good in them, but for man to rejoice and do good in his life. And also that every man, and then check this out, and also that every man should what?
Eat.
And what? What?
Enjoy the good of all his labor.
Because it is a what?
Gift of Elohim.
That's your gift from y'all. If you don't learn, again, or I say, if you don't learn how to profit off your own labor, you are shortchanging yourself and you haven't accepted your gift from the Most High.
Yeah. All right.
And the gift is different. And well, I'm not a hater. One man got a Benz, that's his gift. Get that. Like I said, my sister, she's single. Got a Benz. Talking about getting another one. I said, girl, get it. Get it.
All right.
Only when you get it, make your first stop over here on let him pick me up so we can go cruising. I can stick Smokey Robinson in. Who you with, man? You like a car? Yeah. It's tight, ain't it? Yeah. This is my big sister.
Hallelujah.
I'm like, why you getting that? You know, hey, get it.
That's right.
My young brother just got a big house. Let's get the boy. Cause don't think of it. And don't get funny when you see 513. And I'll tell you I'm coming up. Cause I know you got room. Don't get acting funny now. Man, come prop my feet up. See, you don't have to hate when you understand the gifts. And everybody's gift is different. Relish in what you have.
Hallelujah.
Start to appreciate what you have. My gifts are different. I wouldn't do that. I know you ain't me. I'm saying you get up there and teach it. I know you ain't me. How do you enjoy that? Because I'm me. It's the same reason why you get turkey, I get roast beef. We different. Stop trying to live a life through the glasses of everybody else. Live your life. This is your gift. Because you only get the gift this one time in this way.
All right. Yes, sir. Recognize.
It is, again, you have to read that. I know that every man should what? Eat. Huh?
And drink.
Yeah, that's why Brother Aaron sometimes, hey, later for that, Brother Aaron gonna sometime go get him some Reese cups. Especially when he see buy two and get one free. He gonna go get some. And he gonna get him a nice little juicy juice. And he gonna kick back at a hard day where he almost felt like he wanted to kill somebody. He gonna bust that bad boy out the freezer where it's nice and cold. He gonna break and savor it and chill and drink. And he gonna enjoy his labor.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Now, you do it with celery sticks. Because you have to learn to appreciate this life. You have enough in it that work against you. You have to learn how to appreciate this life for yourself. Not even for your spouse. Like I said, that's the lesson in Leah. She said later for the first few babies, she kept naming because she kept thinking about Yaakov. She said later for this, Yehuda. Praise. Because I've come to learn I have to be happy and start praising the Almighty for myself and stop solely trying to just make this other person happy when I'm not accomplishing it. I'm failing at it. So I'm going to make somebody happy. It might as well be me. Good gracious alive.
Hallelujah.
No. I'm like, just let's take. You don't want to? Let's take a long walk around the park. I ain't gonna say after dark nowadays because you might get, I might not find what's happening. Some other stuff. But in goodness and righteousness, what floats your boat? In goodness and righteousness. In goodness and righteousness. Let's make sure we're clear on that. What floats your boat?
Right.
Because you're not. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Y'all, I've been telling secrets past few weeks.
That's right. All right. Hallelujah.
There'll be plenty of time to live miserably.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Let me show you when there's time to live miserably. And then you did a little more rejoicing. Go to the 12th chapter. That's the beauty of children. Children live happily, or should. You be hearing them just giggle. Huh? Man, he little big head, man, he just be running through the house, climbing on stuff, not a care, jumping off stuff. You sitting there cringing. Come hopping on you. You all tired because you hopping on you, grabbing around your neck, want to wrestle with. Because he don't know yet. Hmm? But let that be your experience for so you can enjoy life with him. You can't, I can't grab him back. But he says in 12:1, remember now thy creator. And do that in the days of thy youth. While the evil days come not. By the time come where you broke down and you're sickly and you're on that end of the spectrum where you're going out, let's remember the Almighty. In other words, that's your daily chore. That's your daily chore. That's what this also means when he comes. Let us get a conclusion of the whole matter. See, we're reading it, and it's Torah. It's talking about Torah, but he's talking about all the things that he done wrote about. Torah is to keep you in the pathway of goodness and righteousness, so you can enjoy life, because that is what life is about.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So the Almighty want us to have our joys. Don't want us to have nothing we driven to worship, but He want us to have. He does want us to have our joys. Our chief joy, of course, is being. That's our chief joy. Then your other joy is yourself. Then there's another joy when it comes to the affairs and the states of men that one should have, and that is to give it to somebody. Yes, sir. That's one. But there's one more. Each other. Uh-oh. It's each other. You should find delight first in Yah, delight in yourself, and you should find delight in each other. David wrote, said, my happiness is not my happiness in all the excellency of thy saints in the earth. In other words, the people he hung around, he delighted to be around them.
Hallelujah.
They had good, they like the song, let the good time roll. They had good time.
Amen.
I don't think I'm even gonna go no further with that because I see it. Responses I don't even want to see. So we're gonna get back into these comments. Y'all come on with your comments. I'm not even gonna touch that. Any comments? that was the road. You ain't gonna dead end. Any comments from anybody? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say great job for your son being a reader and now while the enemy tried to take him out a few times or whatever, because he saw what he was going to be accomplishing.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, you.
Legacy.
Oh, I was just, giving praise to y'all for the blessing in your son read for you. This is so, can't wrap my mind around it. So grateful.
Hallelujah. Thank you. And I too, like I said, these are my joys. These are my joys. I tell them that all of them in their own 4 little different ways, but they all my joys. They all bring me joys. They bring me a little pain, but they bring me joy. They bring me joy. They all, like I said, they all do it differently, but nevertheless, they all do it. And so, and yes, I enjoy the fruit of my labor, and we have a good time with each other. We have a good time with each other. The oldest one is.
That's the right hand. Stop. That's the right hand.
Yeah, that's the right hand.
We talked.
That's the right hand. But I enjoy them. That is my joy. Like I said, simple things have come to me. Life is enjoyed it's in simplicity. I don't need much like I thought I needed to go to bring me. I don't need that. I know now what I need to bring me joy. And that's why as I keep living, y'all might keep living, I have fewer and fewer and fewer complaints.
Yeah.
See? Few complaints. Because I find more joy in the Most High. I find more joy in the light that He has given me and the blessing that He bestowed upon me.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Hallelujah.
Giving all praise to the mighty life giver, the true and living King. You know, when I was on the truck, Maisha and I, going all over this country, we were having a conversation this morning. Maisha and I were a trucker that was perplexed about his family not coming into this way. And it's just remarkable. Maisha's been working with him. He has put a lot aside, and the Most High, he is worried because he knows that the people down there in Louisiana this morning, they woke up to a different sound. The Almighty and His wisdom and His power. I mean, I don't know because I don't look at TV or this radio or anything. I don't know what is going down, but I know that for some people it's not good. You don't have to be a prophet or a prophetess, but last night in a conversation of this like we're having, one sister was like, is it because they do a lot of voodoo? And if you know anything about Louisiana, anything at all, not all of them, but a large proportion of them down there, and the Most High not happening. But I will not share my glory with another. And it keeps happening, and it happens in a lot of the same districts. They rebuild, and it happens again. And today, because they said if it goes as planned, it will be the second highest since they've been keeping records of 26 feet of water. That's a lot of water. Because the last report was like 28. I forgot what hurricane, but the Most High said don't pity the wicked. That's what the book said. I ain't making it up. The book said don't pity the wicked. But those that the Most High chooses to save, they don't have nothing to worry about. But I just wanted to bring that up because, you know, we had to calm your spirit this morning because you can't do anything about it. It's not in our hands to do it. We can console, can't make any changes. And we just need to understand our blessing that we don't deal in deity. We are the true power, and it's a blessing, as a coach said earlier, that why me? Because the Most High chose me, and it's a blessing. So, you know, we can pray for the peace of the city. The only ones coming out unscathed is by the Most High's will. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. And the Creator has spoken in the book of Isaiah. Let's go there. So that we may be understanding as to how he works. But one can singularly point to places and say that this is happening because this is what's going on here, and this is what's happening because this is what's going on there. But the Creator is moving all over the earth. Any one of us ever been to Europe, namely England? What's the conditions generally of England?
So London Fall.
Is it a dreary place?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Most of it,
seasonal, but most of
and it never seems to really get that hot there, does it?
No,
Huh?
not like it. No.
Well, let me tell you what the Almighty has done. Over the past few weeks, England has recorded its highest record-breaking temperatures in its history, to where they have even its highest temperature that they have reached for days have been 114 degrees Fahrenheit. Brothers and sisters, that's desert conditions.
Yeah.
Nothing can grow in 100 degree weather. Nothing grows. In other words, what little thing, desert condition. Desert condition. This is a place that's noted though for being dreary and
Hard,
cold.
rough, cold, really cold.
Where she's now experiencing heat. See, years ago, and I do subscribe a little bit because it's what we do that can precipitate the actions of the Almighty. So yes, some of the practices that the people are doing is bringing about the Almighty retribution. But the Almighty is going to work because he have decreed these works. Years ago, a little man jumped on when Katrina hit, and he said, see, them people down there, this is what happening to them because they're practicing voodoo. I said, well, if truth be told, then your church is the first church that should have got leveled to the ground, because you practicing the most idolatrous form of voodoo and worshiping Christ. But he didn't equate that. He just wanted to equate it with those people. But the Almighty has found fault. What I'm simply trying to say is, it's not just an isolated place where I would look at it and be like, ooh, they catching it because as I've often told people years ago, and I still tell people, and that's again going back to what I said, that's why I said rejoice. I'm not teaching you, I'm trying to give a message. Rejoice.
Hallelujah.
Our time just ain't came.
Right.
See, that's why he said you never look upon even your enemy. You never look upon him and start gloating and laughing and rejoicing, because your time just ain't came. You shake your head, say, man, that's pitiful. If only.
All right.
But there ain't no season to be, yeah, look at, nah. You say, man, that's a shame.
Yes, sir.
And you lose it, you use it for a tool to keep you on the right track. Because if we sit here, you or I sit here thinking today that we ain't gonna be touched by something. When I say you, I mean our circumstance. We ain't gonna be touched by something when it's all around us. When it's all around us, we sadly mistake. Isaiah 24. Because the scripture say the Almighty is gonna come down and he's gonna shake the heaven and the earth
Yes,
at
sir.
his coming.
Hallelujah.
And no man will be exempt. But it's true, we're doing things to precipitate his hand to cause these forces to be at work. Because look at what he says in Isaiah 24, verse number 4.
Hallelujah. The earth mourneth and fadeth away.
What mourns?
The earth mourneth.
That's what it's doing. It is mourning. It is mourning the fact that a part of creation, just like it is so out of touch with the divine.
Go ahead, Morris.
So it's mourning.
Yes, sir.
It's saying, how can I be in touch with him? How can the beasts of the field be in touch with him? How can the fowls of the air be in touch with him? How can us that was in creation be in touch with him and y'all be out of touch with him? And they crying. It's crying. That's probably where they got the commercial from years ago. Some of y'all young ones, y'all ain't gonna know what I'm talking about. But years ago, when I was a little boy, they used to run a commercial. And it was this Indian man, or native man, he was on TV. And you see a tear. They show everything, all the pollution, everything, and you see a tear run down his eye.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that album? Huh? Yeah. But that's what this is. The earth is mourning. And what?
The world languishes
It mourning and it fadeth away.
and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish.
The world languish and it fadeth away. The haughty people of the land, they do languish. Why? Because the land also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. under all this bloodshed. It's defiling the land.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All these murders, it's a defilement. It's pollution. It's a pollution. I don't know who has seen blood when it's spilled, but blood, it stains. It stains. That young man that got shot, and they had to, and when they do come out, they had to bring out power washers. That's why you often see fire department there, because you need high-powered hose to hit that wick and to get that out of there, because it stains. It don't come up easily. Creator said, because the inhabitants there have defiled and are defiled thereof. And what have made them a defiled people? What made the world defiled?
They have transgressed the law.
They've transgressed laws.
Changed the
Murder, stealing, kidnapping, murders, procreation. They've transgressed all y'all's divine law that keep things in order. It's a perfect place to take people, because today people are asking and saying, I don't know what's wrong with this world.
All right.
Mark this scripture. Show them this. Ain't no curfew. They just got on the news and jumped in, had a little thing. We want to put the curfew on. We want to put a curfew on the people. But it's corrupt.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because you want to put a curfew on them here. You want to put a curfew on them there. You want to put a curfew on them there. And when you ride out to other places, they walk around like nobody told them nothing.
All right.
So now people are saying, well, you selectively doing this. Ain't justice for all. You selectively doing this. And if it's not justice for all, you selectively doing it, then why should I have to come under you? So you create a rebellious state. Something that you want anyway.
All right.
So you can implement something else. So you can say, well, we shot him on sight because you know the curfew was out. And when we tried to pull him over and detain him or question him, he wouldn't cooperate.
Yep.
But you do know that we're under curfew. So you don't have, my officers had to do what they had to do.
Justified. Innocent murder. How we have curfew.
But because you have transgressed laws.
Change the ordinances.
You change the ordinances. You change the ordinances.
Broken the everlasting covenant.
And you broken everlasting covenants, everlasting agreements. You broken them. And as a result,
therefore, have the curse devoured the earth.
Therefore, have the curse devoured the earth. That's why, as we speak right now, Ethiopian Jews over in the land of Israel are revolting. And they're revolting of the same issue that people here is revolting for. And it's called police brutality. The Israeli government, Israeli police are cracking and splitting heads and shooting down Ethiopian Jews over there, just like they doing over here. And the place is in a state of rebellion. But wait, there's more. The young folks are rebelling in the Republic of the Sudan. Uh-oh. Black state, black country,
Right.
black president,
All right.
black everything, and they're rebelling. I already know what's been taking place in Syria. Just don't know what's taking place in North Korea because they don't have no independent media. Everything is state ran. So stuff don't get out in some of these places. But they're rebellion. Because there's a problem all over this globe. And the problem is, again, they have transgressed laws, changed ordinance, broken everlasting covenant, therefore have the curse devoured the land, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the land are burned. Look at this. And as it keeps going, there'll be few men left.
Verse.
So I just keep my perspective, like I said, to enjoy thing while I can enjoy it. I know, as they say, my tomorrows might be any time now. We might wake up on the other side of that earthquake or the tornadoes or anything the Almighty chooses to use to bring us down. That's why I said earlier. Your delight had to be in yourself.
Hallelujah.
Your delight had to be in each other.
Yes, sir.
Not gonna go back over it, but I have to state it. That is the emphasis of why the Almighty is saying that movement will be like it is, 7 women to 1 man.
All right.
The reason why we sit here and possibly can't wrap our hands around it because we have not had to deal with that.
Yes, sir.
But ask the women of Germany, when they saw all the German men slaughtered by the Russians, slaughtered by the Americans, slaughtered by all the states that came together, and they saw German men falling at their right hand, falling where you just stepping over men. Look it up. There was a great population boom of American German children at the end of World War II. Why? Because the German women saw all their German men annihilated, and they went over to what was left, and that was the American GIs. At the end of the Vietnam War, look it up. The numbers gonna tell you. They're gonna bear witness. There was a great population boom of American Vietnamese children because the women had all their Vietnamese men decimated right in front of their eyes. So what was left? And they were glad. They were ever so glad to grab hold to one of those men. We just ain't, that's why I said, get our minds out of it. Our coming, you just ain't lived through this despair.
All right.
because the Almighty will not fail. He said there will be a great depopulation in the earth when he gets done. It's beginning now.
Yes, sir.
I've never heard so much conversation. There's some things, see, I can't tell you the exact day, and I'm not trying to be no problem, but things that the balls are rolling.
Yes, sir.
The toss of reparation. The Almighty have that in movement because one day it's real. Everybody talking about it now, they're coming up short, but it's being taught because one day it's going to happen because he said it's going to happen. But also this great condition of women seeking men. I have not heard this been talked about so much in my life. Every week on radio, that's all they talking about. So women are already saying, where are men? I ain't saying men just because they can put on pants. They saying, where are men? Men. And we ain't finding none, baby. The one we think is men, they scream louder than we do.
Oh. Rainbow on their head. That's my husband. He feel like in a truck driver. I drive.
It's epidemic.
It is. That it is.
And like the trade, and then if they're not there, they're in another class. And that's locked up. Then they in that third class. No. And that is they just ain't here. I tell y'all that I got to come and bring. I know, but I got to come because I have to verify the word of the Almighty.
Hallelujah.
You have a young man who just had his throat slit because the person didn't like the music he was playing. I have to verify the word of Yah when he said, what will come and grab you? There will be the terror within, and there will be the terror without. This is not fantasy land anymore.
Right.
This is real.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
And he's saying if you haven't understood, you're going to understand. These curses will overtake you, will pursue you and overtake you until you do understand. Too long you've been reading it, just thinking this is just something to read. Got a person that can just walk up and slit somebody's throat and nothing being done about it. Then we run around murdering one another. This word is going to come forth till they have accomplished what the Almighty has set it out to do. Okay, so when all these things have come upon you. Any other comments from anybody? Yes, ma'am. Shalom.
got some good news.
Good. I need some good news, baby. Come on.
Well, me and my sister, we so talk. We're not that like hanging out how we used to and everything, but
Me and my sister are talking.
There you go.
Affirming.
yeah,
Leave the social act. Me and my sister, because it's a better alternative than what was going on, which you was talking.
There you go.
So me and my sister talking.
me and my niece also.
Hey,
She texted me the other day, and I thought I was gonna text with her, so I had to text back and like, kind of group or would you send this to me? But she said she would send it to me, and she asked to spend her birthday with her.
Hmm.
My niece did, so I told her. She told me a couple places to go and everything, and I told her it was up to her. She can go everywhere. It's her birthday. She can spend it. And I got to see my mom a few times. It's my sister. Real good. The last time I was over there, me and my sister was over there. My mom got out. So that was a blessing. And on the way here, we almost got a got a great guy, I can drive real good. So he was the guy, he was very close to us, too. Very close. And as High got blowing at him, I guess he really not paying attention because he was actually blowing at him, he get closer. But as High got blowing, I guess he realized what he was doing and he shifted off and he drove on and everything. So praise God for that we got here safely.
Yep.
And we was able to pick up Micah and little Micah. So, our vehicle ain't the best vehicle, but it get us where we need to go, and things that we need to do. And basically that's it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah. That is good news. That is. It's great news to hear the family back together. That's great.
can you speak to you were talking about like on the radio and everything that's going on. You know, with this new marijuana law, it's gonna track a lot about people. I know you.
Bring up the tree.
Oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just pray that it just do what Cranley set out for it to do. I'll put it that way. But if you don't, well,
Well, let's turn to Deuteronomy 32nd chapter.
I mean, hell, Chicago did 40 ounces. That's 100 ounces. That's 300 joints rolled up. It's somewhere in that ballpark.
Now, let me.
But they didn't expunge all these people who have gone to prison. You got to go get it expunged today. If you want to go, if not,
Well, I don't have to run for nothing.
no, I wasn't serious.
No, I just wasn't saying you was. I just say I don't have to run from nothing. There's no subject, and when I say run, I'm just meaning avoid it. There's no subject that shouldn't be covered seriously. Because there's many perils. That which often on the surface seems good is not always good. You have Deuteronomy 32?
Yeah.
Start at verse 29, brother.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were wise.
Oh, that they were what?
Wise.
That they were wise.
That they understood this. That they would consider their latter end.
And I want to speak, and like I said, when I speak from a perspective that I know. Having been a partaker of the tree, I know what it was. I know the feeling. But I don't have to now, because I'm like Bloodstone. You know Bloodstone? You don't know Bloodstone? You don't know? Bloodstone said, I want to take to the sky on a natural high,
Loving you more.
loving you more to the day I die.
And I'll never get it said. We got old stuff.
So I don't need nothing artificial. When I really want to get high, I get a good dose of the Almighty. And I'll be all over the place. My spirit is uncontainable. I'll be leaping. All the times I by myself, because everybody else, they can't, like I said earlier, they can't experience what I'm experiencing.
Yes, sir.
So it's done by myself, and I just, you know. And then I told a story when I had my garden one time, and my wife was out, looked out the back window. She said, I came in, she said, what's wrong with you? I need to call somebody. I said, what? She said, you was out there just smiling and jumping around, and I'm impervious to what that I'm doing it. I said, huh? I looked at what? She said, yeah. Didn't know about it. I thought you were breaking down or something. But Donna, man, I was out there lost in euphoria. Something that stuff couldn't give me. I never experienced nothing like that, doing that. Only thing I experienced doing that, like I said, was need something to eat, go to sleep. That was it. That was it. But the Creator said, oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end. Now, for full disclosure, as Solomon said, there's a time, there's a season for everything under the sun. And the more I looked at it, the marijuana have its place. But let me show you where its place is at.
I already know where you go.
Let me show you where its place is at. Hold this page, and go to Proverbs. Let me show you where its place is at. I'm going to show you where its place is at, and I'm going to show you where its place is not at.
Hallelujah.
You got Proverbs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
31.
Hallelujah.
Not only marijuana, I love this woman. People always talk about the scriptures. I love this woman. I don't know her name, but I love this woman. Love her to death. You got 31?
Yes, sir.
Start at verse 1. And this is a woman. This ain't a man. This is a woman.
Hallelujah.
Giving out and dispensing wisdom. She says in verse 1.
The word of Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him.
That his mother taught him.
You did know who the mother was.
That his mother taught him. I said, I don't know her name. I don't know her name. But I know it was his mother.
Oh,
come on.
What my son?
Uh-huh.
And what the son of my womb?
Mm-hmm.
And what the son of my vow.
Yes, all those things.
Give not thy
Her
strength
first edict to him. Don't give your strength
women.
unto women.
Hello?
Don't be trying to be no gigolo,
All right. Player from the
no player. Don't be out here in the club. Don't be out here in the club trying to snatch every woman in there that walk by you.
Area code.
Just because she wink. Better be like, y'all know that song, some of you.
Yeah, but I can't remember which one.
Yeah, well, we'll remember it later on. But in other words, don't do it.
Give not thy strength unto women. Nor
We sit and we're lighthearted, but we have seen that come to pass. We've
Yes,
seen
sir.
these guys
yes, sir.
out with all kinds of different women and
Yes,
they
sir.
catching cases.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or they out with all kind of women. One of the greatest bosses and the most successful bosses stay down in Atlanta. Brother, when I went down there, I couldn't believe it. Brother took me by his house that he used to have.
Yeah.
Big mansion. It took up the whole, like this whole block here. It took this whole thing up. When the brother took me around the block, he said, this is all his house. This is all his land. This was all his. The whole block. Huge. I don't know where he's staying now. But I know who got all the stuff. The women, IRS, and Georgia State Board when they slapped him with all that child support. Because he had all these babies, all these different women. Not that he married, but just because he got to get out there. Not that he married, he just got to get out and have it. Whoremonger. And that's what she counseled her son against. You a king, you successful, you have things going for you, but and that's why I say I love this. This a woman talking to her, so it ain't like this a woman. She said, so let me give you a tidbit of advice. Don't let all these women bring you down, boy.
All right.
Watch yourself.
Hello?
Watch yourself.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing if I say it as a man, but this is his mother. Watch yourself. Give not thy strength to women, nor thy ways to that which destroy kings.
It is not for kings, O Lemuel.
It is not for kings.
It is not for kings to drink wine.
Don't we run around? What's up, King? What's up, King? Huh? But she said it ain't for kings to drink wine. And what she's speaking of is an abusing it, getting carried away in it. Because the king could drink wine in the cup, but to get carried away in it, like they do. That's why I caution my young man, the club is one drink. If you just got it, one. Leave it alone. Man, don't get out here and tell me, let the bottle fly. Crystal. Throwing bottles and stuff, popping away up. What is that? Oh, get drunk. Even throw it at their house. People getting drunk. You don't even know who done passed out in your house.
Right.
They pass all over your couch, all up in your bed. You just wake up, everybody wake up in the morning trying to figure out where they, man, that ain't, no. I done seen people in that state fall down drunk. You lift them up, 2 steps, they good for it, they bang. He said, this king. This intoxication, it destroys kings. And as a king, you always need to be in a certain state.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
I'm not in a New York.
As a person of certain stature, you always need to be in a certain state.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
That's why he told the priest, you can't intoxicate, because you always need to be in a certain state.
Yes, sir.
That's why she said it's not for kings to what?
Drink wine.
It's not for princes to what?
For strong drink.
Lest
They drink
and
and
do what?
forget the law
And forget law.
and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
Forget law.
No him.
We got drunk. What happened? We got drunk.
I don't know what happened. I was so I don't even remember.
That's what they say.
They had to
Law went, don't talk to me about using law. Law went way. Law got on, it didn't even get on a plane. Law got on a spaceship, it got on a rocket, and it was launched out the atmosphere.
For old new laws.
And they forget judgment of any of the afflicted. Then look what she said. She said, now, if somebody wanted, this is what we give it to.
Give strong drink
Uh-huh.
unto him that is ready to perish.
Yes.
Unto those that be of a heavy heart.
Uh-huh.
Let him drink
Yes.
and forget his poverty
Mm-hmm.
and remember his misery no more.
This is what you give things to, and this is what I use when I say I can accept it, especially when they say medical marijuana. Because it does, and it is proven, it's factual, it helps people with conditions that are debilitating to them.
You don't get high.
Seizures, chronic pain, things that
Yes, sir.
opioids or man-made, which is racking people's lives,
Yes, sir.
and it don't even cure them. It's able to do for them these things. It's able to give them relief. So under that condition, I say, maybe so. Give it to them that's ready to perish.
Yeah.
Or who's a misery that he don't remember this no more.
Yeah. Maybe see.
But that's not Ray Ray. That's not Dwayne. That's not Rakeem.
He's gone right here.
That's not big man around the block. And it sure enough shouldn't be for Josaphat or his Kia or Eliah ben Yehuda or Dawi Levi ben Naphtali. It sure enough shouldn't be for him that's of a kingly estate, a high estate. It sure enough shouldn't be for him that fancies himself to be a god.
Oh, yeah.
And look at what Yah said. Because he don't need it. Look what Yah said in Psalm 82. Gods don't need to be intoxicated. Gods don't need to have nothing to help them because they are gods. And look at what Psalm says in Psalms 82.
Elohim standeth in the congregation of the
I just
mighty.
need the 6th verse.
6.
Now, go on. Go ahead.
Hallelujah.
Go ahead.
Elohim standeth in the congregation of the mighty.
For Elohim is in the congregation of the mighty.
He judges among the Elohim. How long will he judge unjustly
This is what the psalmist has.
and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah.
He don't. It just looked like that.
Defend the poor
Then he said, defend the poor,
and the fatherless.
the fatherless.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Because a real big picture of it is they relaxing the laws and they doing all this to dumb down a society that's already in peril. This is not for help. This is not for help. This is to create a society that's already going backwards, to let them slip on in further backwardness. That's already in darkness, to let them further darkness. Have he cared for you this many years that you think he would start caring for your welfare and well-being and happiness now? No. But the Creator said,
I have said,
to his people,
ye are Elohim.
I have said, you are Elohim, children of the Most High.
Hallelujah.
What you need to get high for?
Hallelujah.
When I have bestowed upon you a great spirit. When I bestowed upon you what we've been talking about all morning, the spirit of righteousness, the spirit of goodness, the spirit of uplifting, the spirit that's in you, that's a natural spirit that can take you where you want to go. What do you need? It's free.
All right.
And it's legal.
Hallelujah.
No man can arrest you for it. You can't arrest you sitting on the bench smiling. God keep making a way. You can't come and arrest me for that. Is he high? Nah, he ain't. Yeah, he high. He high. Hey, that might be a defense too. He high. You better not mess with him. I wouldn't. But you can't arrest me for that. It ain't no certain grounds I have to possess. I have to come under. Ain't no jurisdiction I can be in or not be in. I can feel like this everywhere.
Hallelujah.
Ain't no test I gotta worry about. Like I told them, I told them you won't test me every day.
All right.
You ain't gotta make it random. You test me I'll come in and give you a sample. See, you can't get enough. All you're gonna find in this system is the Reese cups. But you ain't gonna find none of that good pudding. You might get a little bit of that glaze about it.
No fentanyl.
No fitting. No, none of that. And look at what y'all might say. I have said, Elohim, for you are all children of the Most High Elohim. Little things like this. See, I even agree with Christ. That's what he busted them with. If he said it. He said, why y'all mad at me? He said, what good work do you stone me for? They said, we don't stone you for none of your good works. But we stone you for blasphemy. For you say you are the son of Elohim. He turned and looked at me and said, is it written? You go to synagogue every day or every Sabbath. You read scriptures. Is it not written in your scriptures that was said, you are gods? For you are sons of Elohim? They said, yeah, it's written. He said, well, why are you mad at me? Because I claim it.
All right.
You should be mad at yourself because you don't, apparently, believe what was written. Well, I tend to like to believe what was written.
Hallelujah.
That's why I'm here. I claim to be a son of Elohim. So all my inspiration, intoxication, comes from the Almighty. That other stuff can only cloud and dilute. That's why my roster brothers, when I'm talking with them, some of them get very upset with me. Because I rail on it. Because they believe that that's what you need. Be inspired by the Almighty. You need to roll up. They fought for it in the prisons to become part of their ceremony. Because for years they couldn't do it. And they fought for it. Because they said this is part of our religious right. Yeah, they granted it to them. Finally, they granted it to them because under the Constitution holds sway. So they had to grant it to them, especially when they pointed out things that they would let the Muslims do, things they would let the Christians do, things they would let Hindus do that's in prison, things they would let other people do, and then they said they would not let them do it, so they infringed on them. So the prison saw this as being one, and the government saw that this could be one big messy lawsuit. So they said, eventually they said, well, as long as it's just, and you're doing it within the confines of your ceremonies, yes. So now when they gather and do their thing, they get the, so they can get the third eye. Now way, yeah, all them eyes. There's a lot of eyes. I've been seeing a lot of them too. Yeah. I know I saw a lot of them in my day. Yeah, I know but this is not popular because a lot of people like it. But the book of the Almighty shows different. Even going back to Proverbs again. But see, this is wisdom. It's not just even weed. Like I said, everything has its place.
Yes.
Because quiet as it kept, it don't, when people are talking about weed, it don't have to be smoke.
Oh.
It can come in many, it can be, to get what you want to get out of it, it can come in many forms. Smoke. They have oil now that you rub the oil on you. It's in your joints. And that's what helps heal your joints. Like I said, people don't like to hear it. I know because I did it, and then I know because bless his heart, I worked with somebody who did it. I tell you, he told me one story on Monday. He told me the same story on Tuesday. And he said, I can't remember. And this is how it always went. I can't remember if I told you this or not. I said, you were only telling me about it for the 1,000th time this week. I said, damn, isn't mine gone that long? because as I said last week, the different ways you introduce things even have a difference. To rub the oil on you as opposed to burning something. That's why when you see naturopathic medicine, sometimes they'll tell you to apply things with all herbs. They'll tell you to apply it, rubbing it with oil. That's why it can be put in oil form. Then sometimes they'll tell you to smoke it, like with spearmint or wintergreen, when there's an upper respiratory kind of disease. You can put it readily kin to working as opposed to rubbing the oil on, the creation of the vapor. But you got people now who just ready to sit there all day long. Because you told them they can walk around and be human chimneys. That's not good. That's not good. Like I said, things that are good, if done in excess, is bad.
Yes, sir.
Solomon said, honey, if eating too much, it's bad. Water, if drinking too much, they got something called water toxicity. It will kill you. You got Proverbs
Yes, sir.
23 and 29. And I'm going to tell you right now, like I said, I know I'm teaching something that might be unpopular with some, but I'm going to tell you, our minds need to be in this day and age as sharp and keen as your mind can be.
Hallelujah.
Because things unfold in our life in a split second like this, where you have to make good decisions. Because things coming at us at rapid success. So your mind and your mentality need to be as clean and as good and as quick. (23) verse 29.
Hallelujah.
And it's not just for this room, it's for them on the internet.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 29. Who have woe?
Who have woe?
Who have sorrow?
Who have sorrow? Sister Elder? Who got woe? They're going to find out. Who got sorrow?
Who have contention?
Who got contention?
Who have babbling?
Who have babbling?
Who have
Yeah,
gloom?
hold it. Because that's another thing.
Hallelujah.
And then now they philosopher. The golden cup of the third parallel universe. And this is why you can't see it. I guarantee you get this. I went in there and I saw, I'd have been with him. And your head just is throbbing. You like it. You asking to hit it so you can get some relief yourself because talking to him. You like, give it here then. So you can get them because they don't wore you out. Because all of a sudden they all over the place. I know. I've been there. Had a friend used to come in when he wasn't on it. He didn't say 2 words. He come and do my speak to you, sit down, mama, I sit down, and he quiet. I'm not gonna use her vernacular, but said, Miss, because he come in, he run the mouth all over the place. Hey, ma, how you doing? And just when he was night and day. Who have babbled? And I done been around.
Who have wounds without cause?
Same way with drinking. Same way with alcohol. They had the lady earlier this week, me and my mother, I was over how we were looking at news, they was doing truth or myths. And the lady told a lie. Talking about, no, alcohol don't change nobody's state. I said, she told a bare-faced lie. Barefaced lie. You get a little bit of that spirit juice in you, and they gone.
That Superman.
I remember I picked up a bride party to take them somewhere, and the girl got on the bus and didn't say one word to me. She came out of that club. I had to put my guards up. She wanted to jump in my lap. She wanted to kiss me. She throwing her leg all the time. Ooh, I said, man, Cause that Facebook thing, you know, they phone. That's the last thing I need. Cause you know, y'all, they got around somebody. You see me right here? Yeah, they wouldn't have found me. Y'all wouldn't know where I'm at today. Boy, I was just in the hills somewhere. I had to guard myself because she came out a totally different person. And all them inhibitions that was in check, they came out. They came out. You don't need no sermon. You don't need to go in no lab and create no. All you need to do is get somebody drunk. Hey, get some of this. Get some of this. Get some of this. And they gonna let you know. I've been loving you. Ever since we was this little, you be like, oh, okay, keep talking. Good know. They tell you everything you want to know. Who have wound without cause?
Who have redness of eye?
Huh? Redness of eye. And with shades on. Take them shades off. You inside. I'm all right. Light hurt my eyes. None of that. Ain't that light? They that what?
Tarry long at the wine.
Tarry, and it's using wine for an example. They that tarry long at the wine, but also them that tarry long at that tree. Now smoke the whole tree up. The whole bush is gone. The burning bush. Burn.
100 ounces of
Go ahead, brother.
They that go to seek mixed wine. Look not thou upon the wine when it is red.
I'm telling y'all, this is not me. This is wisdom. This is wisdom trying to speak to us. Go ahead.
When it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright, at the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women.
Because if you ain't, look, you need to go down in that courtroom when they done busted some of these guys on DUI. Mr. Smith, do you know what charges you're facing today? No. You're facing vehicular manslaughter, huh? Yeah, you don't remember last night? What happened last night? You just killed them people, ran through all them people. You killed a woman and a child. With no regulation. I said, I worked with a girl. I messed with her. I said, yeah, well, you have a good weekend? She said, yeah, I went and got drunk. I said, you did? I said, yeah, it was so fun. Oh my girl. I said, what you do? I don't know, I just get drunk. I said, so you don't remember nothing? No. She went, no, it was fun though, man, girl. I said, so you wouldn't know who you slept with then, did you? Stop laughing then. You don't know where you was at. She started thinking. I said, that was very dangerous. I give you the case of the young lady that was murdered. Not that she should have been murdered, not that I'm justifying what the murderer did, but the young lady that was murdered that's precipitating the Uber people and that industry to make all them changes that they had to make, where she got in that man's car. Nobody, like I said, not justifying that she was murdered, but nobody want to talk about the fact that the reason why she didn't know what car she was getting in, intoxicated beyond recognition. She could not make a clear thinking. So she just saw a car pull up and assumed under that condition that that was her, not knowing that this was a predator that took her and nobody would see her again. I'm going to go with the wisdom of Scripture. I'll raise him. Do not go out seeking to have good times that all your buddies is having, because you just might wake up finding yourself in a situation that you never thought you would be in. You need to have clarity and focus. If you're going to do it right here, but the only trouble you get is fall across your bed and go to sleep. But this ain't how you party. This ain't how you enjoy yourself. And then again, look at what Proverbs, look at what it reverts back to. Read that 33 again.
Thy eyes shall behold strange women, and thy heart shall utter perverse things.
Boy can never play football again. Why? Because he was drunk, and his wife was drunk, and he got in the elevator and thought he was Mike Tyson, reliving Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas, and knocked her out. And he never, in the prime of his career, where he should have been in getting the most out of it, he never got back in the league. All that gone. Why? Because under the and our heart to others come into the mind. You drunk? She looked good. She told me no. But she no didn't mean no. Now you done catch out a case. Because no did mean no. Yes, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or he that lieth upon the torn of a mast, meaning tossed everywhere. And you will say, they have stricken me. Shalt thou say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. I look at a lot of these young cats who live this fast life and do all this stuff, and they look older than I do. How old that cat? 25. Dang. Look like he ever been of 40. Because it beat him. But the pitiful part about it said, I was beaten and I felt it not. When I shall awake, I'll seek it again. Man, we was lit. What you gonna do? We gonna get lit again. That's all they know. Sure, they make a policy. It's another way. And like I said, I know what I'm teaching is not sitting well with a lot. But it's another path of destruction. go to that Deuteronomy. And then I know I'm gonna say a comment, but that's all right. Come on, let's go to Deuteronomy. Because I want to show you about, since you said and brought up the law and changing and man, I want to show you about it.
Which one? 30.
Go to Deuteronomy 32.
Oh, yeah.
See, number one, this is a brainchild of a person who's trying to get another position higher up. So he's appealing to the people, the masses of people who like doing this in hopes that they will vote for him. Just like the old girl that's running for president. Now you smoke in hopes that that'll win her the vote of people that you smoke, because maybe she's thinking about making this nationwide. Oh, we vote for her. That's why y'all might say that again. Oh, what? 32, 29.
29. Yeah. Oh, why?
Oh, that they were wise. Speaking about us.
That they understood this.
That sometimes if we were wise, we could see the games that the enemy is running on us. If we were wise. And where our wisdom will come from, it will come from the Most High. Go ahead.
That they would consider the latter end. How should one chase 1,000 and 2,000 and put you? How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight? Except the rock hath sold them.
See, they ain't even considered this. How you even here? How you even in the state of this condition? How you even in the condition where you under somebody else's foot and they trotting on you all the day long? That somebody else is ruling over. How you even here? And you always holler about how you was kings and queens, and this thing was a low life and a vagabond and cave dweller. Well, how did a king and queen let a vagabond and a low life and a cave dweller come and subdue him and to make him subjected to him? Oh, that they were wise and would even consider this. They in a position like this, not because they haven't voted, they haven't marched, because they haven't tried to come up with ideas on their own to rescue themselves. They in this position because this.
Except their rock has sold them.
Except their rock has sold them.
And Yahweh has shut them up.
And not only sold them, but shut them up.
For their rock is not our rock.
Then he tells us, for the rock of your enemy, the rock of them that's over you, that's not your rock. That's not your power.
All right.
Never have been. Never will be. But yet you go week after week, year after year, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, praying to the same thing. Because he has given it to you. Now my teacher said, when ever the captive given the captive the key to freedom. Yep. There's a problem if the captive who has showed you he is your captive, and he's done everything to go out of his way to show us that he is our captive.
Yes, sir.
There's a problem if he like to smile and give you something. For their rock is not our rock.
Even our enemies themselves.
Even our enemies themselves being our what? Judges. They waiting on us to be delivered into their hands. That's why they kicked our sister out.
Yeah.
You got to get out of here because you disrupting this that we got here. And she done proven that she innocent of what they, she done ran the whole gamut, and yet they still saying,
Gotta go.
Too much out.
get it,
You know too much.
get it. You changed, we got this thing set, and it's been set up for years, for hundreds of years. See, we've been telling our people that. We've been reading it. Maybe we haven't been believing it. Everybody want to be shocked that they come out, trace Biden, that they trace, well, oh boy, in the Senate, not Biden. Get it. McConnell.
Oh, Mitch. You know Mitch.
Yeah. All my people had slaves. And we want to be, oh, what? You want to be shocked. And this the system he done grew up in. That's why he's a senator.
All right.
Some of this stuff, C.D. Almighty said, we won't regard his word. He's been telling us. This ain't just happened right here in 2000. These things, you have to go, you have to peel the onion and go all the way back to the center of it. That's why he said, there is nothing new under the sun. There is no new problem we face today. We ain't been faced with for 200 and some of even being in our own land. Because as I shared last week, you want to really know who's responsible for our condition that we in and have been in. Child of slavery and everything. Look no further than ourselves. We were buying and selling one another and making merchandise of one another. Did we show that last week, y'all?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
For a pair of shoes. For wine.
Yes, sir.
So the Creator said, you want to violate my law and kidnap one another and make merchandise of one another. I'll send somebody to do such to you, but they will have no regard for you.
Yes, sir.
He says in the book of Hosea, I have others. They're adulterers. They're taking men wives and sleeping with them. You love to practice all this evil. Well, I've got a people that like to practice it too. You can go and live with them and see how you like it. You don't want to live in my house? You're like a father. You don't want to live in my house by my rules? We're going out there. That's simply what he said. Now, and I'll close the front door when you leave. And I'll see what your latter end is. But one day you're going to walk back down the road. Let me in. Let me in. And I'm going to ask you before I let you in, have you changed? Have you changed? And when you display them same behaviors, I'm just going to close the door again. Boom. Go. Get on away from here. You can come back in this house when you have changed. I can show that the scriptures, every single thing you experienced in chattel slavery, we were doing it to ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Yes, sir.
So if we really want to get mad with somebody, let's get mad with ourselves.
All right. Hallelujah.
That's why he said, Israel, you have destroyed thyself. Verse 32, then he says, vine is the vine of Sodom, destruction, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is a poison of dragons and the cruel venom of asps. The Almighty said people can't understand this when you talk about that. See, justice under this system ain't never been for you. That's what he's talking about. You can only find hardship. And they love it when we into it with each other. Because that's killing two birds with one stone. Ultimately, they love it. Oh, he murdered him? Oh, that's good. Well, that's one less black we had to go out and kill. And we get to lock him up for life. And guess what? That's what they'll be crying for. But we'll lock him up. We'll make money. Once we put that number on, we'll make money in our prison industrial complex business. So we always about making money, one way or the other. Whether it's crime, whether it's sports, we always making money. Because that's all we've ever been, because we've been merchandise. So you think they creating something? Well, we hate to see a lot of we've been hating to see a lot of things that have been happening.
True, but I know this one here.
Nevertheless, it's been happening. Because the Creator says this, is this not laid up in store with me? These secret things, these things are laid up in store with him and sealed among my treasures. Only one that can make the sense of this is them that are his treasures. You wouldn't understand this if you wasn't here. You wouldn't understand this if you wasn't here. You wouldn't see that voting is a game if you wasn't. We'd be right out there, right in line with everybody else, hollering about whether we're going to vote for him or her. Knowing that neither one of them did nothing for it. Neither party has done nothing for it. We'd still be right out there. These things, this knowledge, that's why people look at you. This is hidden from them. As I told a brother today, I said, tell my brother Aaron, hey, don't come to Cyprus. And I ain't talking about this here. Anywhere where the truth and nothing but the truth, where the hidden things are being revealed, I don't miss out. You say you don't come, you don't come, you miss out. I don't miss out. Catch an attitude because you just got a bad kind of spirit and want to just, I ain't saying something precipitated or something came, or it's an adverse spirit and it make you just want to get up and live. That's you missing out. And none of y'all in here, and they get up and they bust out. And then one of the family members come and they come in with another family member and they be like, you know what? This is our long lost cousin. Man was found out, oh boy, he just made it to one of the leagues. And he come in and be like, yeah, I did. He's like, man, y'all family. I'm like, I want to give everybody something. And he started passing out $100 bills. Well, guess who missed out?
Cause don't like everybody.
Huh?
Don't like all y'all.
And got up and left. Huh? Then they called and said, man, woo, everybody got $100 when you left.
Somebody give me one.
No.
Ain't nobody give
You
me
just missed
one.
out.
No, man.
Damn all y'all. Hell. Hey, don't get mad at me.
Somebody tell you to leave without attitude.
Hey. But the Almighty have things, not just from up here. Y'all know we bring things, everybody bring things, and we, man, they miss out. Look at them summer fruits over there.
All right.
I said, okay, miss out.
Hallelujah.
Bring me, no, hell, no, excuse me. My mom used to tell me you should have been. You should have. You wanted. You should have been there. And you should. Because the Almighty has so much to give us.
Hallelujah.
As it said, and then I'm gonna get some comments. As it said, stay here. Look at what the Creator said in Deuteronomy 4th chapter. That's why I love.
Deuteronomy
They
chapter
talking about
4.
reparation. They've been talking about all kinds of things, just stuff that don't even make no sense. But I think a good form of reparations is they give us 50% off everything we go to buy.
Hell no.
What is that?
When I heard that,
Huh? You heard that?
oh,
They just cut everything we go to buy. They cut them
well, we're
50%.
consumers, like you said. That's why one would make that statement.
I mean, just got all kinds of stuff that they're coming up with to try to figure out how to get.
And then Cecil Thomas, oh, just give it $100. What about mine?
Everybody ain't cut for college.
I mean, it's great. I'm there. Now I still won't buy it. But Cecil is about you.
But it's good to have the Almighty and to know that He knows about everything. Look at what He said in Deuteronomy 4. See, this because reparation, it's been in the scripture, but it's hidden from people.
Yeah.
It's hidden from people. Almighty talk about reparation.
Yes, sir.
When it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, who it come from. See, that's another thing. They already all up here talking about what America need to give. Last I checked, the Father said, open up the gates that the nations. He said nations may come day and night, just pulling up ships to the harbor, bringing things to you. The wealth of the Gentile may be converted to you. And you talking about some let me go to Harvard for free. Let me shop free one day at Walmart. What is that? Give me 2 distilleries to open up them good trees.
Oh, man.
That's reparation.
You know they opened up the 20 days.
Then we gonna stop it. Let's get this, brother, read this real quick before I get in more trouble. Creator says 4 and 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 7. For what nation is there so great?
You know what? You gotta start at 6.
Hallelujah. We'll start at 1.
We'll start at 1 then.
You know it's the right thing.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now, therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments.
What do you want us to know? Statutes. Judgments.
Which I teach you for to do them.
Which He teaching us. Because that's what make us Israel.
Hallelujah.
Those are things that make us Israel. these things that we're supposed to practice, which is his laws, his statutes, and his judgments, his precepts. Hearken and listen to them,
that you may live
that we should live.
and go in and possess the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers giveth you.
Whether we in our own land or if we in somebody else's land, still be able to live,
Hallelujah.
not exist. Because a lot of us today, we just existing.
Yes,
We're
sir.
not living.
Yes, sir.
A man can exist and not be living.
Yes, sir. Very true.
He wants us to live. Go ahead.
Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you.
Because I'm telling you, even in living, the Almighty said you can live. And let me tell you, He given us the power to live even in captivity where we can possess the gate even of our enemies. How he rise up like that?
Serving Yah.
How he get, man, how he like that?
Yahweh.
See, we stop looking around and get white do with the white man. Ain't about no white man. It's about doing the right man.
All right. Hallelujah.
I'm warned to get that credit to 758. Supposed to be there. As I said, I'm not meant to live in squalor.
All right.
You're not meant to live in squalor.
Hallelujah.
We done bought somebody else's reality about us for too long.
That's right. Go ahead,
They don't want to see you rise
Go
up.
ahead.
They sent me something that's 3 years ago, and I said, yeah. And they're like, well, you got to pay this and put it on the hit. I said, we okay, because they saw my numbers going up, so they done dug in because it's a game.
Yeah.
I said, okay, but there's a time for everything under the sun. It's time for war now. And so I went into prayer, and now the Almighty directed me the way to go and fight that.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
They don't want to see it. It's Sean.
Yeah.
Not if they ain't orchestrated. Not only you, majority of the population. But if you don't know the scriptures, like they say, you don't know the scripture, you won't know the game.
All right.
But the Almighty said, do these what? Statutes. Judgment. Go ahead. Which I shall teach. Yes, he wants us to be given over to homosexuality, lesbianism, freakishness, freak, whatever you want to call yourself. So it's perverted. You know what it does? Went shopping last week. 3 couples in a row came through the door. Girl and girl. Nice looking young lady. I had to drop my head, shake my head. I said, this is too much. This is just too much. But they know it's against what the Almighty said when he said they'd change laws. They know nothing comes of that. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Ye shall not add unto the word which command you.
And he don't need us adding.
Neither shall you diminish out from it.
He don't need us taking away.
That ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim, which I command you.
Because when you get to playing with it, you get to making people able to create their own little doctrine. Because I done seen it. Teachers get talking about, well, we don't do this no more. Then people in the congregation, oh, he talking about he could change it. Then they come up with something. Hard enough convincing people to keep the word of the Almighty when you staying on the straight and narrow.
All right.
Let alone adding or taking away from his word. That's why I said, long face or not, you're going to get what the Almighty giving me to give you. Won't add to it nor take away.
Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of the false deity. For all the men that followed the false deity, Yahweh the Elohim have destroyed them from among you.
Because a lot of men like to start developing things. Like I was speaking with a brother from Philadelphia this morning. We come up with doctrine. Don't take much to splinter us as a people because we come up with new things. We come up with doctrines all off the top of our head. The concept of 4 class down, that's old. And go to New York, you got one city block. And you got 5 different Knesses right on that one block. I ain't making it up. I know it because that's what the brother said when I went up there. Brother said, you go right down the street, there's a class down there, and they used to be with us. He said, then you go around the corner, there's another class, and they used to be with us. Then he said, you go down the street a little bit from them, there's another class, and they used to be with them. I said, huh?
Right.
I said, well, wow, y'all, what happened? Well, somebody just disagreed with what he said, and when they disagreed, he took some people and they left. Then the damnable thing, I scratched my head. I said, and you came down to Cincinnati to try and tell us why we should be together? You, my friend, said, hell no. Listen to nothing. Y'all breaking up like dominoes or something. Don't take much to fracture us. Come on.
But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim are alive, every one of you this day.
And that's why it don't take much to fraction us, because a few of us, very few, and I'm going to say it because it's the truth. Very few cleave to Yah.
Hallelujah.
They cleave to men. They cleave to titles. They cleave to status.
Yeah.
They cleave to their own inhibitions.
Yeah.
Very few people cleave to Yah.
Yes, sir.
So they're taken away and it don't take much. Go.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as Yahweh my Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them.
Keep them and do them.
For this is your wisdom.
This is the only wisdom we have.
And your understanding.
This is the only understanding we have.
In the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
For what nation is there so great who have an Elohim so near unto them as Yahweh our Elohim in all in all things that we call upon him for.
Hallelujah.
There is not a single topic. There's not a single question. There is not a single position. There is absolutely nothing you can take before the Almighty Yah that he cannot give you the answer to.
Yeah.
Not one doggone thing. He is there in all things that you call upon him for. And nobody else can say that. No other nation ever existed can say that. things come up, sure, I have a way I feel about it. But we have to get a spirit like Moses. What we do, Moses? So I don't know. Let me go and see what Yah said. What we do, Moses? I don't know. It's foreign to me. Let me go and see what Yah said. What we do, Moses? He didn't say, well, I'm Moses, the great, that brought you out to the end of Egypt. Give me a second. Hear what we're going to do? No. He said, I don't know. Let me go see what Yah said. In all things. All right, I done did enough damage, I guess. All those things. That intro wore off. 2 hours. We ain't gonna try that no more. We gonna scrap that one, brother. Make a note. Scrap the musical intro. Yeah, we scrap that. That wore off. Things change rapidly.
Behold, they stay the same.
Any final comment? I have you to blame, Elder Zipporah, this week. I blame you. You don't get to ask nothing else in this for the next 2 weeks. You banned. No, I'm playing. Any comments from anybody? Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
I don't see the big deal with the marijuana law change. I don't see it. It's going to attract people. I went to college. Quarter pound is no fine. So I don't see how that's going to entrap anybody.
Well, your drug dealers are going to be 7 years old. Who's delivering your drugs? Why would I risk telling on me when I can?
Well, the truth of the matter is the way in which one of the things is this great perils I see is that it's not something agreed upon unanimously across the board.
That's right.
It is still something that is broken up. It's something because, like I said, and it's when I'm saying these things, you don't focus even just on one thing. It's like municipalities. When I training, I tell them you have to read just for sake of clarity. I say you have to read the state law, but then you have to read municipality law because where I can take this one and because it fit the parameters of the city of Cincinnati, just say this was a blade. When I cross over to another, because it's not autonomous, it's not across the board, I get over there and it changes. They say, hey, and they pull off of them. They say, hey, what you doing with this? And now I roll from Cincinnati thinking that I'm cool because in there, nobody touches me. But I got over here and they said, this way out of our ordinance. You need to get slapped with this. You need to come back to court. See, it's not something that's done. Like I said, you have the city and they're setting one standard, but you have the state and the state government, even the governor who over it, he's already said he's not letting it be. So he's already told his troopers to enforce. Well, enforce. Now, where do we see state troopers at? We see them where? We see them all over because they what? State troopers. Not only he, but Hamilton County. This sheriff of Hamilton, he's already said, we don't care what they talking about. What you've been doing, you keep doing. So now, and as ill-informed, I got to read this and making that clarity. As ill-informed as it is, go to the book of Hosea. Look like we got somebody that might be coming up. Y'all check that out. It looks like somebody pulled up at the door. The scriptures say a wise man looks well
Mm-hmm.
where he is going. Scripture said, Almighty said this. You got Hosea 4th chapter,
Yes, sir.
6th verse.
Hallelujah. My people
My people,
are destroyed.
hold on, because everybody not there yet.
Thank you.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
Because see, there's even controversy now. It said, not only that, there's controversy now with the curfew. Because they're saying how that, what they just passed.
Yeah.
They said, we had to do something. But the way they passed it, people are saying, that's going to catch them up. Because it's definitely not uniform, but it's going to catch them up. And then one of the main concerns is amongst the people, because they have all the people who are proposed, they have the numbers and the data and everything like everybody else. And because show on, and he brought it out. And he said, the numbers bear witness. And anybody that know anything, they already know this. The numbers bear witness that the curfew has never done nothing to stop violence. The numbers bear witness, it has absolutely
See, bro. Just another deploy to catch up our children.
zero. Then they tell you, well, we're not going to be harsh on them the first time. We're just going to get information from them.
That's what Lincoln said.
And no, that's what they told him. We're just going to get information for the first time, and we're not going to this and we're not going that. See, this is why I said you have to see the Almighty. You have to let the Almighty show us. Now look at your climate that you already have. You have a climate in Bond Hill, Avondale, Wind Terrace, over the Rhine, Lincoln Heights. Can I keep going? Should I keep going? Mount Healthy, Seven Hills. You have a climate. You have a climate. A climate of police community relations, but the climate of it is bad. The climate of police community relations is not like in Indian Hill.
No, it's not.
Hey, Judge, how you doing? I'm fine. Little Johnny, he was real bad, so we brought him home to you.
Right home too.
Oh, okay. Well, get in here. You don't get no allowance. The $500 I gave you, don't get that this week. Get in here. But they enjoy a good police community relationship. That's where they celebrated at. You go to the games. Look, oh, the cops. Hey, we was wrong. They celebrated. There's fanfare. In Bond Hill, in Avondale. The police come there, why they can't get nothing out of nobody. Who did this?
You did.
I'm talking to y'all. One of y'all gonna tell me who did it.
No, we'll call Irish Rolling. We'll tell her. We're telling you.
They ain't telling them nothing.
That's what they can do. We'll call them.
Because in their mind, they say, man, y'all don't come in here to help the problem.
That's right.
The relation is bad. So now you introduce this curfew. Now my what's called CU, thank you.
FEW.
You introduce this into the equation. Where we have that this is only selectively done. There's no kid out
No.
is gonna be harassed. No kid in Mount Lookout is gonna be harassed.
No.
No kid in Hyde Park is gonna be harassed.
No. No.
You have great tension.
So we're looking at riots again? Or what?
When this even happens and they start rolling up on them, the kids are going to
Run.
rebel, possibly even run. Now you're setting up a scenario of what he running for. Now what's the next justification? He wouldn't be running if he didn't what?
Do nothing.
Do something. Or if he wasn't doing something. Now that gives them the motive or operandi to what?
Oh, no.
Escalate what they're doing. You got something very, very, don't look like it, because it looked like on the surface, they just trying to stop what's going on. But you got something because even of the climate that they know is there and know exists can turn into something absolutely horrible.
It's a powder keg.
But it looked like in design that is good. And that's the same reason, and that's the same thing I'm saying, especially when it's not done unanimously. Because as I said, I might be okay with however many grams they told me I could have here. As soon as I cross this line here, my argument is, hey, but they just told me, but that's over there.
Ain't over here.
That ain't over here. So now I done got a case because I thought I was cool over there, which I was, but I wasn't cool over here, and now I done got a case. But because of this, I should have stayed over there, or I should have researched things better, or because of this. And that's why the God Almighty said this. Look,
my people
are
destroyed.
They're destroyed
For lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected
Because
knowledge.
they reject knowledge.
I will also reject thee.
They reject knowledge. He said, I also reject them.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Elohim.
And that's the biggest thing we forgot, is to walk in the law of our Elohim.
Yes, sir.
But we destroy it for a lack of knowledge in everything.
Everything.
I'm getting ready to let y'all go, like I said, and cleaning up and I've been finding out, and I found out real deals in cleaning up the credit. Most people that clean up credit, even if they're paying people to do it, man, you throwing money away. To these little organizations talking about we'll clean it up for $100, $99. Then they say $99 per bureau. But see, everything is a game. They said $99 per bureau. All you heard was $99. So you send your $99 thinking that they would go and sign the contract to get them to do it, thinking they would go $3. You heard $99, but you did not. The mind did not focus in on per bureau. In other words, $300.
That's right.
$300 to do this. Write some letters that you can do and write yourself and send off certified, and it accomplishes the same thing. But then, that in itself, that's not even the way you're gonna make headway. As I told you, we're gonna pick a night, and we're coming in here, and we're gonna figure this out. Because that's not even the way, the challenge, that's not even the way you make headway. There's a quicker way to make headway, and it cuts off the snake right there. Because if they can't do this, then they can't even put nothing on your report. Yes, we're gonna get a night. I'm gonna bring the book, and it's completely legal. Nothing illegal, nothing illicit about it. If they can't do this, they can't even touch your report. And this is what them that have knowledge, this is what they've been knowing for years. Like I said, it ain't like they some hard working or they just above you. This are the secret things they've been knowing for years. But because we lack knowledge on things, we always behind. Therefore, they all might say, we destroy. Any other comments so we can break so y'all can enjoy life? Get some of them vittles over there. I see that summer fruit. Y'all won't break me down to start eating. I'm gonna stay true.
Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom. Praise the mighty Yahweh. I honestly just wanted to give my testimony, y'all. I just want to give y'all some praise, give y'all the glory, and thank y'all for allowing me to be here this day, for waking me up, watching over my family and keeping them safe and out of harm's way. And we talk about the laws, Corey, and it's saying the different disparities between the laws with this marijuana thing. And I know that to be true because I deal with that every day when I'm out moving, selling these tasers. There's several states where it is illegal to have a stun gun taser. Michigan is one of those states.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what the thing about that law though is it's not actually a stun gun taser, it's actually a taser that deploys out like the police have, is what is illegal to have. But a lot of people just don't know that to be the law. Canada is another state where you cannot have a stun gun or a taser of any sort in the state of Canada. They don't allow any of those things. And the thing that I seen, I was watching one of them cop shows, and one thing was there's a lot of people that's doing CBD oil and things like that, and I did some research on it, and I found out that the CBD oil has less than 1/10 of THC in it. So CBD oil itself, the medical uses of that oil and how they use it, you cannot get high from it.
Can't get high.
There is no THC in it to get high, but there's so much of this out here now that they got it with THC in it, and a lot of people are getting it where it has CBD, has THC, and if you get caught by the police vaping and it got THC in it, it is a felony. So now you have a lot of teenagers out here today, 17, 18, 19, they're like, oh, I'm vaping, and get pulled over, and the dog is hitting on the vape, and they catching a felony offense, and they gotta go serve time for that.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, it's a lot going on, there's a lot of trickery, but it's really all designed to catch us up. Cause they get caught, we catching up, but they gonna catch us up more so than anybody else. But I just give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah for the guidance and for the protection. And I thank y'all for just showing me things to help me to understand some things. Because I was dealing with the Sabbath day and really trying to understand when evening began, when evening is. And I praise God that He showed me and I understand it. That when the sun is down, that is evening. And I praise y'all for giving me that understanding out of that Deuteronomy, but I still got some more clarity to look at it, and I'm still trying to get more understanding on that. So, hallelujah.
Well, it's there, like you said, in all things that you call upon Him for.
I'm happy. I'm sorry. I'm happy that he said that. Me and him was having this discussion not too long ago. And, like I say, I like to listen to, first and foremost, let me give all thanks and honor to the Holy One Israel, the same alone. Yah by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shalom class. But no, we were having this discussion, and that really stuck out to me, and it always has, because like I said, I listen to other classes also, and class in particular, Shema Israel of New York. Now, they state that class begins in the evening. I want to say first and foremost, I've never really understood that point of view. I do not agree with that point of view, but it has always struck my, it's always made me really sit down and think. And, being a person who's, being someone who's moved away from that, it just kind of struck me because in the evening time, the Almighty will state that you become clean from whatever uncleanness that came upon you. But it still kind of strikes me because it's like there's so many different holy days. Because I got into it with somebody, I believe it was Elder Zerubbabel, and he was like, "Well, let's look at the consistency of all of the holy days that start in the evening." And he wanted to go to the Day of Atonement. He wanted to go to just a whole list of holy days. But I always pointed out to him, I was like, "Well, there were also a list of holy days that started in the daytime, like at the crack of dawn." So, but yeah, so I've always wanted to understand coming from that point of view because it was a few times as I was listening to the class, I got into it with some of the members on the online chat thing, and basically I was like, well, if we look in the book of Exodus, the Almighty stated that we would get manna in the morning, and we would get birds at night, or we would get birds in the evening. So how is it that you're gonna get birds on the 6th day and you're gonna boil and bake everything, or you're gonna seethe and bake everything, but yet you will find yourself at fault if the birds are gonna come all 6 days and you gotta make a double portion? Nobody could really give me an answer on that. So I just would like to understand.
Good. When we come back, that's what we will deal with then, evening and its representation. But I will say this in closing. He couldn't show you a whole list of days that begin in the evening because it's not a list. There's not a list. Outside of the Day of Atonement, that's it. And that's the reasoning why we know all the other days begin at the crack or in morning. Because that commandment or that time frame is only to the Day of Atonement. But we'll go over it. We'll go over it when we come back.
Yeah. And there was one other that I read in the book of Deuteronomy. It was 3 that I counted when I was older.
Well, Pesach is not a holy convocation.
Yeah.
Not a convocation. It was passed through the night in each individual's home.
Yes.
All holy convocations, the holy convocation, even the Day of Atonement, the holy convocation was in the daytime. The rest started in the evening. But the convocation itself was in the day.
On the 10th day.
We'll go over it.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High Elohim that has given us life and given us stewardship over His spirit. I just want to have a conversation. David, y'all didn't correct him for saying he will praise him from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same. Also, Yah is all powerful. He makes no mistakes. Translators may confuse the Hebrew and make it backwards and say the evening and the morning. Yet, Yah doesn't need to borrow from one day to make another. I'm finished.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
The Hebrew says evening in the morning. They didn't mistranslate that.
Just the Greek.
No, I'm just saying, as far as you were saying that they could translate the English, they could mistranslate the English. But when you read the right side of the book,
But it's simply a. Well, we'll find out what it simply is.
Okay. And I'm happy that the elder said that because that's the other thing. Because once again, it's like my hands are tied because that's the other thing. So,
Well, we're going.
The day begins
we're gonna free them up.
Right.
All right? Just give us a few minutes. We're gonna free them up.
Right.
They ain't gonna be tired no more.
No, I'm saying like, so, I understand that a day starts when the sun breaks forth, when the light breaks forth, before the sun even rises. But, when it states that even more, when do we actually begin to count time? So, because,
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm trying to think of it. I had him on my room, come back to
You're probably better to pick a one class and watch all these classes, confusing yourself. That's what you gotta, cause I've been talking to my husband about that too, that's where that, you get confused, and I get confused, when I be, I'm like, you gotta.
But we gonna let the Creator clear it up. All
No,
right?
don't. I know you ready to go. She has a major point, and one of those major points is the fact that not only different classes, but that I can go to any mosque. They on one accord.
Right.
Israel is all over the place, and if you don't believe anything else I ever tell you, the Most High gonna straighten it out. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to come to a halt because it's out of control. It's out of control, all over the place, this one, that one, too many chiefs, not enough Indians. You don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, or you should. It's coming.
Well, let's stand. I see we got enough to deal with in the second part, so let's stand so y'all can eat. Y'all can eat and get full and get some song, and then we'll deal with this. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Mom,
Hold on.
Be ready.
They don't know it, but they're gonna pray this week. And this ain't no. Yes. My son, my oldest. Let's go.
From the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, when you bless us, keep us during this good break. When you give us food to eat, keep us safe. Watch our mouth. If this is just a break. When you bring us back and we come back and learn some more. Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time.
Both day and night. Hallelujah.
1700.
6:15, 18:15.
Well, one thing we found out, he's trying to be a moray like his daddy because he ain't long-winded. That was
Come back and learn some more.
Real good. Hallelujah.
Come back